First of all, the menu you see above is our observation menu. If we want to view or make changes to previously registered products, work orders, or purchases in the system, we need to use this section. If we want to add something new, we need to use the plus button located at the bottom right. In the general settings, the company information is displayed. The expected completion dates are entered 16 days later. When you create a new order or work order, you can change the date. Then, in the settings section, there is an operations tab on the left side. From here, we can enter our production states into the system. Operations can be considered as work steps in the workflow. Similarly, there is a resources section. In this section, you can think of resources as the locations where these work steps take place, and you can assign hourly costs to them. In this way, you can track your operation costs. The categories section can be used for filtering purposes. You can add category and main category files here. The locations section is where we add all the locations we have. You can think of these as warehouses, headquarters, or offices. As for the unit section, units refer to the measurement units we use for our products, raw materials, and semi-finished products. You can define them collectively in the system from this section. This could be kilograms, meters, pieces, and etc. Another important part in the settings section is integrations. If you are using a pre-account program and it's integrated with Skala, you can connect your pre-account software from the integration section. Then any actions you perform here will be simultaneously transferred to that system. Similarly, when it comes to importing data, you can bulk upload data into Skala via Excel in this section. By downloading the sample templates provided here and adjusting them according to your needs, you can import them and enter data in bulk. If we go to the contact section from the horizontal menu, this is where the customers and suppliers we have added to the system are listed. To add a new supplier or customer, we first need to click the plus button at the bottom and select the contact option. In the screen that opens, we enter the account code, name, and other details. Then click Save to add it to the system. After that, we can view the customer or supplier we registered in the contact section of the horizontal menu. When we go to the stock section, this is the screen where all our materials, products, and semi-products are listed. If we want to add a new stock card, that's a new material, semi-product, or product, we do this using the plus button. On the screen that appears, we need to enter detailed information such as tax, currency, unit, supplier, and whether stock tracking is enabled. Once we fill in the details and save, the system will recognize the stock card accordingly. To view the material we added, we need to go back to the stock section and navigate to the materials tab. We can see that the material we just added has appeared here. There are some terms here. Available stock refers to the amount currently in stock. Expected quantity refers to the amount we are expecting to receive. For example, if a purchase has been made, this is the quantity that will arrive. Reserved quantity is the amount that will be used. Meaning, if there is an order or a work order and this material will be used there, it is reflected in the reserved quantity. Similarly, if we click on any of the numbers shown here, we can view the stock history. In the other words, the stock movements. Now let's create a product using the plus button. The stock card editing screen for this is the same. It appears in a similar format. We need to enter the required information for this product as well. Then at the bottom, there is a section called Variant Options. This means we can add a variant to this product instead of option. We can write something like color, type, or size. For the values, if the option is color, for example, we can enter values like red or white. After saving, to add the variant to this stock card, we need to go back and click the Add Variants button. Let's now enter the product we just created and add the recipe. To do this, we first need to go to the stock section and click on the relevant product. Then, if we click on the recipes tab, we can add the components, that is the materials and semi-products that will be used in the production of this product. We do this using the plus button. When we click the plus button, a list appears, and from there, we can select the materials and semi-products that will be used in the production of this product. When we click on the checkboxes and hit apply, the selected items will be listed. In this section, we can also adjust the quantity, and if there's a fixed waste ratio, we can update that as well. Since this is a product with variants, we can also select which variants this recipe will apply to. When we go to the operations section, we can select the production states, that is, product will go to. Similarly, we can also choose which variants these operations will apply to. Again, we can add them using the plus button. When we click on the empty field, all the operations previously entered in the settings section we will list it here, and we can select from them. We can also select the corresponding stations in the same way. If we want, we can also add dependencies, meaning we can set an order. For example, if one operation must be completed before moving on to the next, we can define that sequence by making selections here. Now let's create a purchase order using the plus button and see how the purchasing process works. The screen that opens comes with a PO code, as we had set it up that way in the settings. The expected completion date is set to 16 days later, again due to a setting, but we can change it if needed. To add the material, semi-product, or product we want to purchase, we use the plus button here to make our selection. Similarly, for the supplier section, we need to enter the supplier information that we had previously added to the system. Once the necessary adjustments are made, we need to click the Save button to complete the process. Now let's create an order using the plus button. The order creation screen appears like this. The order number comes with this SO code due to example in the settings, and the expected completion date is the same as it was set that way in the settings. We add the customer here as well. Using the plus button, we select the products we want to add to the order. Then we change the quantity and unit price from there. After we need to save the order, we can track the stock status and material status from here. If we click the Produce button next to the product in the order we saved, the system automatically generates a work order. In the screen that opens, the recipe is automatically filled in, the product's name and quantity are automatically filled in as they appear in the order. Here we can see the operations we have assigned to the product and the recipe, which here automatically added. After we need to save the work order. If we go to the work orders section from the menu, we can see the work order we just saved. We can also track the production status and other details from. If we go to the production section in the horizontal menu, we can see the production states that the products in the work order will go through. From here, we can start and complete the operations using the Start button. Now let's complete these operations one by one. Once all the operations are complete, if we go to the work order section, we can see that our work order has moved to the completed status. Since our production is complete, we can now deliver our orders. To do this, we need to go back to the order section in the menu. We can now see that the stock status has changed to in stock. We can deliver the order by clicking the Deliver button from here.